All right, good morning, afternoon, evening, and or night. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Ryan.
And welcome to the Small Town Table Talk Podcast.
What's up with the pause? You paused a little bit
What do
there.
you mean, what's up with... Oh, I'll edit it out. Question is, do I leave in this discussion about us talking about me editing... Oh, I can't talk!
Baby. Editing it out.
Editing. Oh, yeah, there's two, sounds right after each other, and then when you say editing... There we go, I got it pretty easily that time.
Editing.
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 I'll edit it out.
Sure you will.
I'm gonna keep all this in because this is a good little bit of audio that we can use.
You know, it's just us warming up our vocal cords. Like, la la
The
la
lips,
la
the
la.
teeth, the tip of the tongue.
What is it?
Sally
like,
sells seashells
like
by the
from the tip of the
seashore.
teeth to the tip of the tongue or something like that?
Yeah, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. I
Never
already
heard
said
that
that.
part.
If you were listening, you would have known.
Well, I heard it,
Well,
but I
that's
just didn't. I wasn't a choir boy like you were.
Well, I was only a choir boy for 1 year.
I was a band
It was a good year
boy,
though. Yeah, good trumpet fella.
trumpet fella.
How many trumpets did the school have?
I don't know. During our heyday, 5 good ones.
Oh, I thought there were a lot more than that.
Well, I mean, there were a couple freshmen who would play, but as I said, 5 good ones.
Ah, yeah, that's probably what it
Was
was.
it 5? I think it was only. No, it was 5. It was 5. Well, 4 good ones, and then a handful of, freshmen and sophomores.
Some mediocre players.
Yeah, they're learning. They're trying.
Didn't
They
you
were
use
trying.
your Didn't you use your trumpet at our graduation to do the solo from Trumpets by Jason Derulo?
Yeah.
Jason Derulo.
Yay.
Well, that's basically the only thing I remember from graduation. I don't even remember who our valedictorian was.
Wasn't it Kayla?
Was it Kayla?
I thought so.
And then one of the twins were the salutatorian, I think.
Believe so.
Yeah, that wasn't even 3 years ago yet, was it?
I know.
2.5?
Tori and I were talking about this. We were talking about our first class reunion, which would probably be 5 years or whatever, if we have one, if we ever get around to organizing one.
Who plans the class reunion?
Isn't
who in
it
the
class
high school does that?
president, senior class president?
Who was our class president?
Chase, I thought.
Was it Chase? I mean, I really don't know. Like I said, I don't remember hardly anything from high school.
Yeah, but well, anyways, we were talking about what life will be like for us when we go there, and we were both, being optimistic, like, hey, maybe the podcast will kick off, maybe the YouTube channel will kick off, maybe we'll be somewhat in a better situation, and it'll just be cool to like go there and flex on everybody.
Basically, you will be the class celebrities.
Yeah, obviously, as if we weren't already.
I mean, obviously. Can you think of anyone else that could potentially be a class celebrity?
Well, what do you mean by celebrity?
Well, someone that became famous for something or other.
I mean, they could become famous for a couple things.
Okay, well, not criminal activity. We'll put that filter on there.
I don't know, maybe someone will become like a state politician or like a rich business person. I don't know.
You really have that high of hopes for our class?
I mean, you gotta be optimistic about some people.
I guess some people. Not a lot, but a few.
Well, we didn't have very many people in our class. We do come from a small town, hence the name Small Town Table Talk.
Yeah,
So, I
you
mean,
got me on that one.
out of the, what did we have, 65?
Somewhere around there.
Out of the 65, even if you go a 50% success rate, and success being, I don't know,
Not broke.
not broke or in jail, we easily have over 30, which I would hope that most of our class isn't broke, in jail, or dead by now.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm pretty sure we have at least a
Well,
couple
okay.
people that by 5 years are probably going to be out of money.
I mean, we're all college kids, so we're already out of money.
Well, yeah, but I don't have any debt.
I mean, neither do I, but, well, yeah, I do, I guess.
I don't have student loans or anything. That's what's nice
I
about
have
going to a
student
tech
loans.
school.
That's
where
true.
It's nice and
I have.
cheap.
Okay, well, I didn't go to a tech school because I'm not going into a tech field. Sue me.
Do you want me to?
I mean, you could. I don't know what your basis would be.
For not going to a tech school. I don't know.
I don't think you can sue someone over that.
I mean, didn't a woman sue McDonald's for her coffee being too hot? I feel like you
Yeah,
can sue her just about anything if you really
then
wanted to.
it was like really hot, and then it splashed on her, and then she like had like 3rd-degree burns all over her crotch.
Oh,
And she was an older lady too, so like.
Oh, that's really bad.
I think her legal case was a little bit more justified because she actually got injured versus you suing me because I didn't go to a tech school.
You hurt my feelings.
Not a case for legal repercussion. Your feelings don't matter to me.
Emotional trauma.
I don't care about your emotional trauma, Daniel. Sorry about it.
My mom watches this show about a female lawyer. I'm pretty sure Futurama ripped it off by being single female lawyer.
She-Hulk?
It's Ally McBeal. It was a big thing in the early 2000s, I think. I don't know. I was a child.
Jennifer,
when it was coming out.
is it Jennifer Banner?
What? No. I said it was Ally McBeal.
No, but She-Hulk. What's her name?
I don't know.
Isn't it Jennifer something?
I don't know. Google it.
Okay.
We're on a computer right now, recording.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she was a lawyer in comics and stuff. Yeah, no, I totally.
Jennifer Walters. I got the first name right. I just know she was related to Bruce Banner, so I just said Banner.
Well, anyways, I was watching an episode of this show with my mom, and some guy was suing a company because they fired him and wouldn't let him be their Santa Claus anymore.
So wait, he was suing them not because he got fired, but because he couldn't be Santa Claus.
Basically, yes.
Did he win?
I don't know. I kind of left before the episode was over.
Makes sense. Where does this show take place?
When or where?
Where?
Where? I don't know. Some city, probably, I would assume.
Sounds like city folk.
Somewhere that there's really big law firms.
Not a fan of cities. I'll be honest.
Yeah. It's nice to visit every once in a while as like a vacation or a getaway. But
I've been to some very large cities. I've been to Chicago, New York, London. Not really a fan of cities.
I've been to Chicago, Minneapolis.
Yes, Twin Cities I've been to. Orlando.
Does Orlando count? Yeah,
I've
been to
think
Orlando.
So. Have I been to
I've
Miami?
been to Nashville.
I don't think I've been to Miami. London was a big one. I was excited for that because that was during the Scotland study abroad trip, and I almost didn't
got cut short. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost didn't get into the London trip because I signed up late. Because I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not, and then when I decided I was, it was already past the deadline. But I managed to get in, and then sadly, it wasn't really worth it, I guess, in my opinion.
Was there anything really cool there for you?
I mean,
in your eyes, that was cool?
So when I signed up for it, part of the thing was that we got to go to the Harry Potter experience thing. Like where you got to... I'm guessing
that's the main reason you wanted to go.
Yeah, because I wanted to walk around the sets that they shot on and go to the like official gift store and like, nerd out and stuff. But then that got cut out because whatever reason they didn't have tickets available or whatever. And then it was over Valentine's Day weekend too, so like Tori really wanted to go, so I'm like, well, I'm not going to leave her alone on Valentine's Day because like what kind of a boyfriend would I be? So I went with. It was fun. We went out to eat. We hung out, but it was raining the whole time. So we were going to ride the London Eye. We were going to ride the London Eye, which is that giant Ferris wheel.
Okay.
But then it was raining really bad, and we didn't want to wait in like an hour-long line. Big Ben was under construction, so we didn't really get to do that. The hostel we stayed in was really cool. We don't have clocks
like that in America.
Of course not. The hostel was cool, though, that we stayed at. It was basically like it was a hostel. There was only one other guy going, so he was my roommate. Which, he was my roommate back at the castle anyway, so it fit in. We were both friends at that point. We got to go to, what's that road for the Beatles?
Is it Abbey Road?
Abbey Road, Lane? Yep, Abbey Road.
Drive?
We got to go there.
Abbey something.
It's Abbey Road. We got to go there and see the recording studio and do the crosswalk thing. That was cool.
Wait, so is the crosswalk for that album
Yeah,
cover
the
directly
album.
outside of their
Mm-hmm.
recording studio?
Yep.
Oh.
It's right at that
I
intersection.
never knew that.
Yeah, Abbey Road.
Do you think they just forgot to take an album cover picture and just said, screw it, let's go outside?
I mean, they could have. But the funny thing is about Abbey Road is that it's a road that is used every day by people. So me, Tori, and then my roommate Kevin and his friend Janessa, I believe, we were crossing the road. We were trying to imitate the picture, but like there's still traffic going through. So like we had to wait for traffic to die down and then us to run and get in position and then someone else to run out into the middle of the road and take our picture. And there were like other people trying to imitate the photo as well that kept getting in our way, and then cars would come, and it took like 30 to 45 minutes just to get this one picture.
Is it really even worth it at that point?
I mean, it was pretty worth it because it was pretty cool. It's a pretty cool picture.
Are you ever going to actually do anything with that picture, though? Or is it just going to kind of sit on your phone until you
No,
forget
I think it's my Facebook cover photo.
Oh.
I think it was for a while. If it's not,
well, I don't
still.
live on Facebook.
Neither do I. So that's why I don't even know if it is or not. But yeah, it was a cool photo. It was a cool experience.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the same thing as the stairs from the Joker movie.
Yeah, exactly.
People use those stairs every day.
Yeah.
And then you see people going down there in a Joker costume or cosplay or whatever, just trying to dance and look like the Joker on these stairs.
Mm-hmm. It's just an everyday piece of public property that just becomes famous.
I mean, if I ever go to New York, I am going to go look at those stairs.
Oh yeah, if I ever go back to New York,
Maybe
not
dance on them.
that going back to New York is on like my to-do list because I wasn't all that thrilled by New York. Sorry, but
oh yeah, there's too many people there.
I mean,
way too many people there.
My general opinion is that other than like the touristy spots, every city more or less looks the same. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Yeah.
If I didn't know that I was in London, walking down like through like the not like the main area of London, but like through the back skirts or not downtown, but you know what I'm talking about, like central London, I wouldn't be able to really tell it any different from New York or Chicago, because like, oh look it, there's a Pizza Hut, oh there's a McDonald's, there's a Domino's Pizza, oh look it, it's this store, it's this store, it's big buildings, a lot of cars, a lot of people.
Yeah,
I'm not a city
person.
person.
On vacation, I don't go on vacation much, but when I do, next time I do at least, I desperately want to go to some of the more like mom and pop kind of places that aren't chains, that aren't corporate owned, because typically, you know, it feels like you're more welcome there than you are at a McDonald's or whatever.
Yeah. Which
Plus
we did go.
Sometimes be a lot better.
When we were in London, we did go to a McDonald's. That had 2 floors.
Now that's something that's a little interesting.
Because like you go up a staircase and there's like a little dining area up there. It was pretty cool.
Was it as big as the first floor?
A little bit smaller, but you know, I mean, it's a McDonald's that's like in a very urban environment, so it doesn't have much space.
So they had to utilize what they had, I guess.
So like the seating area on the first floor is pretty small. So the seating area on the top kind of made up for what they were missing down below, you know?
But still, it's a McDonald's. It doesn't feel like that's something that they should have, 2 floors.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a different, feel.
It feels unnatural,
McDonald's has 2 floors. What is this? Kind of crazy. Well, then again, maybe it's not crazy. It's just crazy to us because we don't live in a place that would have a 2-floor McDonald's.
I think it was when we were in, was it either Chicago or Minneapolis on the art club trip? We went to a Hard Rock Cafe, and they had 2 floors, but that place was a lot bigger, so it felt a little more.
I think Hard Rock
I guess. It felt...
was Chicago.
I think so, yeah.
I want to say it was Chicago.
I think I got a pin there. I think I got a pin there that said Hard Rock Cafe Chicago.
So
I could be wrong because I don't know where any of my pins are. I used to collect pins when I was younger for some reason. I don't know why. Okay,
so the thing about Hard Rock, well, actually, I collect keychains, so I have keychains from all over the place that I've been. But that's a separate topic. About Hard Rock, my dad collects those, the pint glasses. The souvenir pint glasses.
Okay.
And he has them from...
Now, does he buy them in the gift shop or does he steal them from the table?
Well, you can buy them at the table. Like if you get that like with your drink in it, you get the cup anyways. If you want to buy it.
Right, but the thing is, remember the Second
Okay,
City Comedy
Second
Club?
City was a different situation, and I ended up stealing one of those cups,
No,
which
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. See, on their menu they have the souvenir glass, and they bring it out to you with your drink in it. I didn't realize, and I guess Ryan's the same, but I didn't realize that they brought you a second fresh,
clean
cup
one
that didn't still have ice and stuff.
So
in it.
we both took
So
our dirty ones as well.
we took our dirty ones, and then they brought the clean cup out, and needless to say, that year we went home with 2 times as many cups as we should have had.
Well, I mean, 2 times 1 is 2, so we went home with 2 cups.
Each. We went home with 2 cups.
Yeah, we each went home with 2 cups. Which then we went back a second time, a different trip, and I ended up getting a third. No, did we go a third time as well?
I think we went a total of 3 times. Once freshman, sophomore, and then senior year.
So I think I had 4 glasses, and I ended up giving 1 to my younger brother, I think.
Now, the second year
I
when
had
we went,
4 of them.
I knew the way that it worked, and, don't call the cops or anything.
You did it on purpose.
I got a little greedy. I did it on purpose.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Hostess,
I remember that.
The woman who was serving us, she looked very confused, like, wait a minute. I think that you still have that cup. But she didn't do anything about it, so I got to go home with 2 cups regardless.
I don't think they get paid enough to really care.
I don't think anyone gets paid enough to care as much as they should.
Yeah, probably not. But anyways, back to Hard Rock. So
Hard Rock!
my dad has those cups from like all over the country. So he has them like Chicago, Minneapolis, New York, Florida, Vegas. He has them all over. So when we went over to the UK, it was my goal to get as many of those cups for him as I could. So Tori and I, between the 2 of us, ended up bringing 4 of them back.
Very nice.
So he got London, Edinburgh, Glasgow, and Winchester?
I don't know. Why are you asking me? You're the one who went.
I'm just questioning myself here.
Now, were you the favorite son for a little while after that?
I mean, maybe. I had just come home from a 2-month trip, so I think I deserve to be the favorite child for a little bit. Especially the upcoming, or the following couple months, because I was the only one who helped my dad build our new deck. So I deserve a couple brownie points for that at least.
I came over to your house a couple of times since that deck has been completed. I don't know if I ever actually went out on it, just underneath it when we were in the basement, and then went out for fires and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's new. There's not much different to it. It's a little bit bigger.
It's just wooden screws.
No, it's composite.
Nope. It's wooden screws.
Okay.
Trust me, Ryan. I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes.
Don't think
Not right
you do.
now, but I'm pretty sure it was just wooden screws.
I'll take
Not
your word
wooden,
for it.
not wooden.
Wooden
screws
screws.
made out of wood, but wood.
We used
and
wooden screws. The entire deck is made up of interlocking wooden screws.
I'm pretty sure that's just like either dowels or pins would be the correct term for that.
Wooden screws?
Yeah.
I think the correct term is wooden screws because it's a wooden screw.
Well, that's only if it has the inclined slope going around the rod of the screw.
As they do.
The head at the top.
I mean, they are
For a wooden screw.
They're
yes,
wooden
what you
screws.
what you described was a piece of wood being interlocked in another piece of wood with a smaller piece of wood.
They're still wooden
wood.
screws. They're just like kind of laid on each other and kind of forced in there to hold shape.
Can we not do this anymore, please?
You brought up wooden screws. I was talking about the deck.
Okay, well, enough about your last year of school or last semester, whatever, when you were abroad. Has anything interesting happened this last week between last recording and this recording at school, in class, or with your fiance that you're living with, or anything at all?
Well, first of all, don't appreciate you calling me abroad. That was uncalled for.
I hate you so much.
Second of all...
Why did I agree to do a podcast with you?
Because you love me.
No. Second of all, what? Just continue.
Second of all, the week has been pretty uninteresting. I mean, I have class 3 days a week. Thursday through Sunday is pretty much just kind of do some homework, get a project started, maybe watch some lectures that are recorded that I didn't attend during the week because they're recorded. Play some video games, play the Xbox, play the PlayStation, play my computer, watch some Netflix, maybe do some shopping, and then sit around for most of the time.
That must be nice. If I'm not at school or at work, I'm doing homework. I could probably count on one hand how many hours of video games I've played in the last week.
I can count on one hand how many hours of homework I've done. And it's probably about maybe 2, maybe 3. Because it did take me like 45 minutes to write a paper the other day. It was 3 pages. I busted that out pretty fast, I thought. I thought it was pretty good too.
Well, not to brag or anything, my classes are actually kind of interesting. Like today,
must be great.
I met with my Intro to Plastics class
Plastics?
for a lab.
Intro to Plastics?
Yeah.
You call that interesting? Yeah. You're learning about plastic.
Okay, let me rephrase that. What's interesting about it is the labs.
What, do you get to, like, touch plastic and say, hey, look at this here, this is plastic. But now, you see, this plastic doesn't appear the same as that plastic because this plastic is blue, that plastic is red. Now, that's important because this is blue plastic. Remember that.
If we were going to be doing some kind of identification like that, it would be between something like low-density and high-density polyethylene.
Wow. It's wonderful.
It wouldn't be like, oh, this is blue, this is red.
I've taken enough chemistry classes that I should be able to just, like, decipher what high or low-density polyethylene means. And to some extent, I feel like I could.
Honestly, I don't even know that much, and I'm in the class.
So here is my uneducated deciphering, or my uneducated on the topic, educated in a general sense, decipher of what high or low density polyethylene plastic is. So high density, it probably means it's a denser plastic.
Wow.
And a low density is a lower density plastic. I know.
You really
Rocket
sleuthed
science.
that one up, Sherlock.
Thank you.
Well, anyways.
Hey, I'm not done.
In this class,
I'm not done. Polyethylene.
Oh, sorry.
Poly means multiple. I'm sure they're talking about the chemical molecular structure. So like polymers. So it's a polyethylene. Ethylene is a type of chemical which is, ghosting my mind right now. I've heard of it. Not sure what it is. Chemistry. Boom.
Do you want me to tell you what ethylene is?
Science.
Yeah, Ryan, you're going to be a science teacher and you don't even know what it is.
I'm going to be a middle school science teacher. I haven't taken like that kind of chemistry in a while. Am I somewhat close?
Let's see here. Ethylene is a hydrocarbon which has the formula C2H4.
Hydrocarbon's what the word was. I knew it was an organic molecule. I just couldn't figure out the name.
So low-density polyethylene, LDPE, if you want to abbreviate for whatever reason, even though it takes about the same amount of time to get it off your tongue, is a thermoplastic made of the monomer ethylene. It was the first grade of polyethylene produced in 1933 by Imperial Chemical Industries, using a high-pressure process via free radical polymerization.
Blah, blah,
it's manufactured...
blah, blah,
okay.
blah.
Can I continue with what I was talking about in my class?
You may continue.
So in my class, Intro to Plastics, we have labs. And essentially, it's nothing super complicated. Today I was doing some injection molding, some vacuum forming, and some vinyl printing.
Oh, wow.
Vacuum forming and the injection molding they're pretty not as interesting. What is interesting, at least in my opinion, is the vinyl cutting. Now, you probably know what vinyl decals and vinyl stickers are. Well, what I was able to do was upload a graphic to this program on the computer, and I was able to essentially cut it out onto a piece of vinyl. And I made quite a few of them because, well, that I had about 2 square feet of vinyl to work with. Anyways, I have more than I know what to do with of them, so I'm interested in trying some kind of giveaway. If you're interested, let me tell you what this vinyl
Daniel,
decal is.
I just want to
anything
interrupt
else.
you for just a second. That was a
Okay.
brilliant transition. I must say, that transition was killer.
Was it actually, or are you being sarcastic?
I had no idea where it was going until you roped me back in. I was kind of drifting off, you know? It was like plastic,
Oh,
plastic, plastic, vinyl, 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 blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Then you were like, but here's the hook. And you brought me back in. So now you can continue.
so I want to try doing a sort of giveaway. What this decal is, I'm not sure how many of our listeners have watched the show Avatar: The Last Airbender.
If you haven't, go watch it right now. One of the best TV shows ever made.
It's on Netflix.
Just because it's animated, don't let that push you away.
It's a very good show, excellently made. It has brought me to tears.
I can think of
on
at
more than one
least
occasion.
a couple things that are animated and not meant for kids.
Rick and Morty,
Sam
Family
Jackson
Guy.
can back me up on at least one of them.
Wait, what's that one?
Do you know that interview with Sam Jackson?
Oh, yep. Yep. Okay.
Now you know.
All right. Took me a minute.
So that's not for kids. You know?
Anyways,
It's for Sam Jackson, though. He
in
enjoys it.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, I will say spoiler alert, even though it is a very minor spoiler. Uncle Iroh opens a tea shop called the Jasmine Dragon, and this decal is kind of a ripoff of the Starbucks decal, and it says Jasmine Dragon instead of Starbucks. It turned out very well. It's somewhere around like 3 inches by 3 inches. But anyways, the first person to email us at stttpodcast@gmail.com, I'll take your information and we'll send it to you for no cost to you whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of interesting, I think. I'll try to include like a picture on the description. If that doesn't work out, it's the Starbucks logo, but instead of black in the middle, it's all green.
So it's basically the Starbucks logo, but with Jasmine Dragon and Uncle Iroh.
It's all green.
It's pretty cool. I'm gonna get one.
I think it is. Yeah, I'm putting one on my laptop, I think.
Don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe I'll put it on the back of my car like your Pikachu thing.
You could do that.
Just start decorating my car with
I don't think there's
decals.
anything else to really. I don't think there's anything else to really say about the Jasmine Dragon decal. So we can move on from that. Just first person to email us at, I'll say it again, stttpodcast@gmail.com. I'll also put that down in the description like I have on every episode, but God knows if anyone actually
Or
looks at
text
those.
giveaway to 000-00000.
Something tells me that might not be a real number. But hey, give it a shot if you really want to. I'm kind of curious.
There was
what
a
the
number
results
I
are gonna be.
found last night that you could call and Iron Man will answer.
I saw something about that online. I don't know what the number was.
I tried it out on Tori's phone and it worked. It was pretty cool. I mean, it wasn't Robert Downey Jr.
Do you still have the number?
I'm sure it's on her phone.
Do you still have the number handy?
Not handy, no.
Dang it. Kind of wanted to try calling it.
Sorry. I'll see if I can find it on Tori's phone
what's next?
afterwards. Next, so this past week I started playing the Avengers game.
Oh, yeah?
Sad to say, I'm a little disappointed. All right.
What aspect are you disappointed in?
So maybe I was wrong to assume. Well, I didn't assume this, but I hoped it would kind of be similar to the Spider-Man game. Now,
Oh, so it's
I knew
you
it
wanted it
wasn't.
to be more
I knew it
open
wasn't
world?
going. I knew it wasn't going to be an open world. I wasn't expecting a huge open world map like Manhattan and Spider-Man. That's fine. And I knew it wasn't made by the same people. It was a little bit. I don't want to say more of an RPG, but it had different elements of an RPG, also with some multiplayer aspects. Normally, my favorite kind of games are either RPG, sandbox, open world, single player games. I'm not huge on multiplayer aspects. It's not that important to me. So my favorite games, Skyrim, Minecraft, Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed, most of it is single player, which is fine. So I go into Avengers and I start playing it, and I'm like, okay, cool little backstory, playing as Kamala. I knew she was going to be an important character later on. Introduced to the Avengers from like a third person perspective, that's kind of cool. And then the whole disaster thing happens. You get to play as the Avengers. You're fighting, you get to play as their characters and use their powers and stuff. It's all cool. And then I get into the actual story, and I play as Kamala, and her powers already creep me out because it's weird. And then the story just kind of slow, and I'm not really sold on like the... So I'm about a quarter to a third of the way through. Spoiler or disclaimer if anyone's not played this game, but I'm right at the point where you meet Hank Pym, kind of. And...
I don't even remember where that was.
It's just like...
I think it was...
We're going on these missions where I get to play as either Kamala, Iron Man, or Hulk. And we have to go in and destroy a AIM facility. And I've already done it like twice. I'm like, I'm not vibing with this that much.
It kind of feels like all the missions are like the same.
Yeah, it's just like repetitive. It's like you start here, straight ahead's your objective, but off to the side are some like crates that, because I'm an RPG open world player, I'm like, I have to collect everything. Like, I can't just, what if it's really good? Even though the loot system I'm completely confused on so far.
Oh yeah, that's one of the biggest complaints about the game.
I'm just like, you get all these resources, I'm like, why? What are they good for? Like, why can't it just be like a single resource that is good to upgrade all gear? Why does it have to be tons of different resources for all the different characters? I don't know. But it's just become repetitive, and I'm not sold on the story. I would rather it just be like the campaign, just be like a campaign. Like, you get your characters, you play as certain characters at certain times, you go through like not an open world, but like a directed path. You fight some bad guys, you uncover a story, it's compelling, it's interesting, it's entertaining, and then you finish the campaign, and now you get to these like mission things where you can team up with players online, your friends, your buddies, strangers, whatever, and you defeat these AIM soldiers, the robots, this, that, whatever. That's how I wish the game was, and that's what I had hoped it would be. And so far I'm just kind of, let down by it, and it's kind of taken me out of it. I played it when I first got my Wi-Fi fixed and my PlayStation updated. I played it for a handful of hours. As I said, I got probably 25-30% through the campaign, and I haven't really touched it since. It's been like 5 days since I played. I've just had no motivation to go and play repetitive missions.
I mean, I did tell you as soon as I finished playing it on one of our episodes, I don't remember which one it was, but I did say something about how it was kind of repetitive, definitely a grind game, and not very story central.
Yeah. It's kind of a shame. I know, I want to maybe try a little bit harder through the university to get my PlayStation hooked up to the Wi-Fi, so maybe we could do some multiplayer stuff. Because I think that might give me a little bit more motivation to play if I can play multiplayer and like just, mess around and fight with some friends or whatever. But either way, I'm not too sold on this game so far. Maybe, I know it's a game that they promise like continuous updates and stuff for. So
New characters and stuff, yeah.
Maybe that will sway my opinion down the road. But like, I don't know. I just recently have gotten sucked back into Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like, I played that a whole bunch when it first came out. Like, I put probably a good 50-some hours right away in it. And then it kind of took a back burner. Because then, like, Spider-Man came out. Then I was studying abroad. Then Minecraft over the summer became a huge thing. This and that. But now I'm sucked back in. I put another probably 20 hours easily since I've been here.
Oh, Lord, dude.
I beat the main campaign, and I started a new game, and I'm already progressing my way through again. So it's like, that game is just like, it's a single-player, giant open world RPG. I get immersed in the world and the characters. It's so much more fun to me than a game like Avengers where
The grind of, yeah.
it's like you have to get these resources to play these missions, which are basically just a normal mission, but maybe a little bit bigger. I don't know. It's just not really digging it.
I understand where you're coming from.
Which it might appeal to some people. Some people might like that style of game more. Which I guess is kind of like my next question.
Maybe it's just me.
Oh, what was your what you?
I never played the game, but I kind of think that the new Avengers game gives off vibes of like League of Legends.
So I have played League of Legends.
I think that League of Legends is pretty.
And League of Legends is definitely very popular. And I wouldn't say it's like League of Legends, but it's
like it's not open world, but like you control your character, you tell them where to go, and then you just like say, "Hey, you character."
It's almost like a dungeon crawler. So like a Diablo, or over the summer I tried out Minecraft Dungeons. It's almost like one of those, but with much more almost RPG elements to it, because it's like you start at this position and you have to get this objective straight ahead of you, as I said, through the building. But to the left and to the right of you are other passageways that lead to chests and stuff. And your character has specific abilities unique to your character only, and you get gear that upgrades that character only. So it's a lot kind of like Diablo 3, which I love Diablo 3. Don't get me wrong, it's one of my favorite games, but Avengers is, I don't know, it's just, they had all the right stuff. Like, I think the character design, they're growing on me. The voice actors I'm not opposed to. The story, I think, is genius and very captivating from a storyboard perspective. But, like, when you mix it all together, there's just something wrong with it that it's just not hooking with me. And I'm a huge Marvel fan, so, like, you would think I'd be the target audience of someone who loves RPGs, loves dungeon crawlers, not opposed to multiplayer gameplay, huge Marvel fan, and yet it's just something off.
Yeah, it's not a bad game.
It's not a bad game by any metric, but like, I don't know. I'm disappointed in it because I had really high hopes. It doesn't
quite have the appeal that it should have.
And maybe it's because I was trying to compare it to Spider-Man, which is one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah, that was probably one of your first problems.
Which, funny enough, is the exact same problem I had with Fallout New Vegas, which I know is an immensely popular game, especially among Fallout players. It's one of their favorites, I guess. But when in high school, when I got exposed to it, it was the tail end of like a year and a half span where all I played was Skyrim. So I was really stuck on, Skyrim, fantasy, open world, dragons and swords and magic, and then I shifted to Fallout, which very similar, but at the same time it just didn't connect with me the same way, because I was like,
when you say very similar, you mean like the gameplay style, right?
Yeah,
Not like
I mean
the magic and dragons.
Gameplay wise, they're really similar, but like
almost all the same. Well, they're made by the same studio, so that makes sense.
Well, I think New Vegas was produced by Obsidian, whereas Skyrim was Bethesda. But I think since then, Bethesda maybe has absorbed Obsidian, or they're all under the same umbrella company or whatever. Kind of like, how the Call of Duty games are produced by different companies?
I thought they were all Activision.
Well, they're like, some are like Treyarch, but some are something else. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
They were very...
I don't pay close enough attention to Call of Duty games and stuff.
I think Fallout as a series is made by Bethesda, but I think New Vegas is one of those outliers that was made by a different production company or creative development. I don't know how it works. But yeah, they were very similar in construction of the video game. Different genres, one's sci-fi, one's fantasy, but I don't know. I thought it was going to be Skyrim because I heard such good things about it. Played it, immediately was just dissatisfied. And never,
Take your time.
never, stop it. And I never ended up going back to it. So, like, I don't know. My advice to people who are thinking about getting Avengers is do research, maybe watch some videos, and go into it.
It's definitely a grind game.
It's a grinding game. You're gonna have to put hours in to get high enough to progress.
if you want story, then I would suggest waiting until December or whenever the new Spider-Man Miles Morales game comes out.
Yeah, so now I'm okay. Other video game news. Microsoft bought Bethesda, or
Yep.
they bought that umbrella company that I was talking about. So now there's some rumors that Elder Scrolls 6 might be an Xbox exclusive.
Now, personally, I think that would be really stupid because so
I
many
think it
people
would
have been
too.
waiting so long.
But like at the same time, think of how well Skyrim has been selling. If and Skyrim came out what 2011, so it's been nine
Something like
years,
that. It's been a long time.
and Skyrim is still like an immensely popular game. So like I think if people are really that eager to play Elder Scrolls 6, they will get an Xbox to play it.
I think it's going to. Well, not I think. I'm pretty sure someone came out, like a representative came out and said that all Bethesda games are going to be on like a game-to-game basis, whether or not it will be exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah, I'm sure Elder Scrolls 6, like, most likely it will probably be for all platforms. But at the same time, like, even if it was Xbox exclusive, quote unquote, it'd still be available on computer. It's Microsoft. They're, of course, going to make it available for PC gamers.
Oh yeah.
So, like, if you have a
I don't think
PS4,
my laptop would be able to handle that.
probably not. But, like, some people who are, those really snotty, like, PS4 only. I don't play Xbox because console war is still a valid argument nowadays.
I mean, I personally have the PlayStation 5 on pre-order.
I haven't pre-ordered either console because I wanted to give it time to. I'm not that eager. Like, it's not going to be like, I have to have the PS4 because I just have to. No, it's going to be like the announcement's going to be like, okay, Spider-Man is coming to PS4 in December, and then December rolls around, I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll pick up a PS4 now, or Xbox. Like,
Actually,
I might get
I
an
think that
Xbox for certain
Spider-Man.
games, or
I think Spider-Man's actually going to be a launch title with the PlayStation, so it might be available like November 12th. I think is the launch date.
I don't need it. So, are you saying that Spider-Man, the Miles Morales game, will be available as soon as the PS4 or PS5
I
gets
think so.
released?
Don't quote me on that, but I think it is going to be available right away.
I'm going to quote you on that. I'm looking it up right now.
I said not to.
Spider-Man Miles Morales release date. There you are. November 12th. So, yeah, probably right around the same time PS4
Yes!
comes out.
Well, November 12th is the day that the PS4 launches, at least in the United States. So
Yeah,
it's
I
the
mean,
launch game, so it's going to come out with the system.
yeah. I think either way, I'm probably going to end up having both consoles.
Oh, I probably will.
Just
Eventually.
because there's some games that I don't know. I'd rather just play on Xbox, I guess. Like, I really want to get the next Assassin's Creed game, Valhalla, or is it Valhalla?
Yeah, it's Valhalla. It's just
Yeah, Valhalla.
watching the trailer. It's not something that really screamed to me to be all that good.
I mean, I'm a fan
I mean,
of the
it looks
Assassin's Creed
interesting.
games. I mean,
I only ever played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and I think 2. I don't know. It was
okay.
Ezio
I say
was
I'm
the
a
main character
I
for
say
both
I'm a
of them.
fan of Assassin's Creed games, but I've only played two of them. I've only played Black Flag and Odyssey.
And I never played Black Flag.
Fantastic game, and Odyssey
I
is
did
also
try-
a fantastic
I
game.
did try playing. I want to say it was Revelations or something. It was something with an R. I want to say it was like Victorian England or something. I don't know. I couldn't get more than an hour into the game.
I know the
I
newer
also tried
Assassin's Creed
Origins. I
games,
didn't
like
care for that either.
Origins and Odyssey, have been getting a lot of flack because it's not as like Assassin's Creed based. It's a lot more like RPG, which I don't really care. I'm not one of those like fanboys who have to be like, this is different than the original game, so I don't like it. I'm like,
It doesn't fit the lore.
it doesn't fit the lore. It's not Ezio. Nah, it's a fantastic game. I loved it.
Well,
It's fun to play.
Ezio was only in 3 of the games, and there's been a lot of Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, whatever. It's not that important to me if it follows the same storyline or if it feels like an Assassin's Creed game. It's a fantastic game, and I loved it. And I want Valhalla because I think it's within the, I guess, trilogy of newer Assassin's Creed games, being Origins, Odyssey, and now Valhalla, where it's like before the main Assassin's Creed storyline. So it's kind of like the origins, of the assassins and stuff.
Yeah, I don't pay close enough attention to a lot of video games to know what I'm talking about. but the ones that I do play or care about, I know more than I should about them.
Okay, if Microsoft was smart, what they should include with the Xbox Series X, Minecraft. Just make it available to play right away.
Well, I would think that it would be available to play right away.
Yeah, but it should just be included with the Xbox. I mean, it's the most successful video game of all time.
Maybe
I want Minecraft next generation now. 4K, RTX, everything. Is it RTS?
Maybe they'll... No. I'm pretty sure that the Xbox One S had a version that was like a Minecraft edition that basically just came with Minecraft, and I think there might have been like a special controller or something.
Can I have the Xbox Series X? Because it's very blocky. Can I just have it look like a diamond ore block? Like a custom skin for it?
Now that's something I wouldn't be opposed to.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Like if they were to come out with a limited edition of the Xbox Series S that instead of being thinner,
it's just more of a
shorter,
square.
so it was like actually cube shaped.
And then it's a perfect cube,
I would
but it's shaped like
love to see that.
Like a Minecraft block. I would
they would probably have to do Minecraft Dirt because that's like
the grass block,
iconic Minecraft,
or the crafting table.
That might work too, but I do think that the grass block would probably look better, personally at least.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. If they came out with that and I had the money to, I'd probably buy it. That's awesome.
Even if I didn't have the money to, I would buy it.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I don't know. Maybe I'll get a PS5 right away just to play Spider-Man. But the way I'm looking at it is like I have to be able to justify getting the console based on the games that I know are going to be coming out. So like,
oh yeah, I mean, I'm getting it so I can play Spider-Man, so I can play Horizon Zero Dawn, whatever the sequel is going to be officially titled. And there's one other game that I was really, really, really excited about, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, so I think possibly what I do is I'll get a PS5 right away, play Spider-Man, and then when Assassin's Creed Valhalla comes out, I'll get it for my Xbox One, and then down the line I'll get the Series X, because I believe I read that if you get Xbox, the newer games but on Xbox One, you'll be able to, for free, upgrade to the Series X version.
I think they're doing that with a few games, yeah.
And I think Valhalla was one of those. I do
know. So the new Spider-Man Miles Morales game is $40, but for $70, you can get the Ultimate or the Deluxe Edition, whatever it's called, and that actually comes with a complete remastering of the first Spider-Man game, which it's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. It's just a remastering. But they actually updated a lot of the character models and just other assets.
Now the question is, will it add more skins?
That's a good question. They've already revealed one alternate skin for Miles Morales, and it's like it has a lot of white on it. It looks really cool.
I wonder if they'll add
weird for Miles Morales, who's got a black suit.
I wonder if they'll add the Spider-Verse Miles Morales suit.
I mean, they added it for the original Spider-Man game, so I really wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we've been talking for a while. We want to wrap it up.
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
All right, let's wrap it up.
We didn't even talk about WandaVision though.
Oh yeah, WandaVision trailer
Big news.
Is coming out sometime 2020.
Big news. Did you watch the trailer?
We can talk about it next week maybe. I did watch the trailer. I watched it like 7 times.
I suppose we can hold it off till the next one.
Ryan, we've been courting forever.
That's fine. Let's just keep it rolling. Nah, we can leave it off for the next one. Everybody listening, if you want to hear about the new MCU news, including Phase 4 getting delayed, and the new WandaVision trailer, and what we think about it, stay tuned for next week. We'll talk all about it.
New episodes on Tuesdays. So far, it's been every Tuesday, but let's hope that we don't have to skip any.
Hopefully. Maybe one day we'll go to twice a week. That'd be dope.
I mean, if I can quit my job by making money off of this somehow, hell yeah, I'd be down.
I'd be down. Hey, everybody.
Anyways.
Keep listening. We want to do this full time. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah. We're not that bad at what we do.
I don't think. Maybe we are.
I mean, one of my housemates' dad, who comes over somewhat often, he listens to every episode within like 2 or 3 days of it coming out, and whenever he comes over, he gives me his thoughts on it. I really appreciate that.
Heck yeah, roommate's dad.
Yeah. Anyways, I've been Daniel. Thank you so very much for listening. If you made it this long, I hope you didn't, just skip through the entire episode to find the highlights, even though I don't know if I could say there are any highlights. The entire thing is just one giant high point.
The entire thing is just a black hole of disappointment.
No, Ryan, no, it's a black hole of happy. Black hole of
I don't
good.
think that's how black holes work.
It's a white hole. It's a white dwarf star.
Don't think that's how
Science.
dwarf stars work either, Daniel.
I have been Daniel. I was joined by Ryan as per usual. I would
That's
like to say thank you to Bug Hunter for the use of our theme song. It's Alright off the album Torn Between a Couple. It's a great band, great music. You should listen to them if you haven't already, because I promise you will not be disappointed. And if you are disappointed, well, then I don't care. Ryan, what do you got to say?
Check me out on YouTube, Ryan and Tori, vlog channel. We're posting videos somewhat regularly. Check us out. Heck yeah.
What about your other channel?
Yeah, that one's kind of been put on hold for right now. I'm just not having fun doing solo game videos by myself right now, so I'm putting it on hold until maybe I can do some multiplayer stuff later on.
Alright, that's fair.
Also, Avengers was a disappointment, so didn't really want to record that.
You didn't need to say that again. I'm pretty sure we hit on that enough.
I'm just so disappointed. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Whatever. I don't have anything else. Ryan, are you good?
Yeah, I'm all good.
All right, well, thanks again for listening. Don't die, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye-bye-bye.
Bye-bye.